Greetings and salutations. Welcome to my stream. But let's just get some paperwork out of the way. I am Karen Russmore. Welcome to my stream. I'm currently playing through Pathfinder Kingmaker. If you're actually paying attention to the screen, you can actually see there's a little bit there that says that there'll be a £10. That is Great British pounds, by the way, because I am English. Steam or Paizo gift card giveaway when I reach 50 followers. I can't remember how many I am currently on. Let me go double check that. I do intend at some point to figure out how to get one of them on-screen slidey bar things that basically say, hey, you've got this many followers and here's the latest follower, so I can be like, hey, welcome, whoever you are. At the moment, I don't have any of that. I don't know how to achieve it. It's just a case that I need to Google it, but I'm lazy. But I am curious as to how many followers I've currently got. How and where do I see that? Where do I see that? Don't want that. I accidentally loaded up my channel, so there was a bit of an echo there. Followers, community, follower list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18. 18 followers I've currently got. Woohoo! So that means 32 to go until there's a giveaway. So let's cut the background music. And let's make sure the game volume is up. And why are we in the credits screen? Thank you for playing Kingmaker. I'm not finished yet. Where am I up to with everything? I am thinking. I can't remember what I think I stopped a little bit early last session. Just got a little bit frustrated that I don't really know what I'm doing at the moment, and also with the clocks changing, Half Singer Games had already started streaming, and they're playing a Starfinder actual play stream that is homebrew plot, so I have no idea what's going on unless I go over there and pay attention, so I figured just to end the stream early, take a break from the game. That's what I was doing. There was a tree over here that was trying to murder people.
No mistakes.
I got incredibly injured trying to just get the tree to follow me. It did not do a good job at following me. So let's heal me up a little bit, and let's send this guy forward.
Today it shelters and feeds you. Tomorrow it feeds someone else with you.
I'm not a big... One of the things that I don't like, we can't see anything. That would be a good problem. How is that? Can you now see things? You can't see my subtitles. That's a... Oh wait, that's because that's on the wrong page. Maybe? Hey, there's my subtitles. Yep, sorry about that. Out of all the things that I need to do to get the stream going, I forget to click the button that says show you guys what I'm doing. So one of the things I don't like about computer role-playing games versus tabletop role-playing games is the fact that I can see here there's a clear path through it. If this was a tabletop game, you'd see that sort of like line of 5x5 squares, 5x5 squares that you could walk across, and you pick up your little token and you walk directly along that line. When it came to this, when I was running somebody out of here, and I can't remember who it was, but they decided to go, I told them to go, let me just put it on pause, I told them to go somewhere like there. And rather than going straight there, they realized that they couldn't get through the middle, so they go around and come along this line. And rather than going here and then around, they decided to go out this way and up that way, straight through the poison. Which, to a certain degree, is kind of what I told them to do, but at the same token, it's a little bit annoying, because if this was a tabletop, there wouldn't be any confusion about it. Right, I am going to get their attention and try and drag them out of this mess. We missed. That's not a problem. Right. So we have the surprise round. We're just going to switch you over to a crossbow. You're already on the crossbow. We're wondering how fast this is going to move. It's going to move 20 feet around. And I want to keep it in sight. So if I try and move over there, that's telling me that to get to there, it's 33, 34. So it won't be able to get to me. It could double move. It could double move. I don't want a full round attack then.
Cannot hide from me.
So if I attack it once, to make sure that it knows that I'm here, it has damage reduction, that's bad. And then move like 10 feet away? That'd take it up to 43, maybe with a bit of reach. I'm going to move 15 feet away. So hopefully it will follow me this time and not do what it did last time, which was just stay there. There we go. That is a big ass creature. So now everybody is going to fire at it. Dog, you move over there. Anne-Marie, just stay there. Octavia, do you have anything in the fire category? You do. Because I don't know about whether it's actually vulnerable to fire or not, but well, it's got damage reduction, but not against slashing. You'd think as a plant that it might set on fire a little bit easier. Okay. Valerie, you wait there. You're going to move back 20 feet. And then shoot it.
Nowhere to run.
And manage to get past the damage reduction. Okay, we're on the crossbow. It is going to move up. How am I getting sneak attack? And it is going after Valerie. Only hits on a 12. That's rough. Moving dog. You're stood in the poison. Great stuff. Again, this is one of the things I was saying. Yes, British Bumbershoot, I would say that I have problems with the pathfinding. It is so annoying because it's like, I just want to avoid, you know, the deadly smoke.
Tear them apart!
It would also be great if you people could, well, we realised that didn't do anything. I don't really want to use a Hungry Pit on this because, one, I don't think it would fit into the pit. And for two, it's just going to delay the inevitable. So let's just get on with the murder. Or the missing, one of the two. Do you have any abilities of note? Longstrider and Aspect of the Falcon. You get a +3 competence bonus on perception checks, +1 competence bonus on ranged attacks, and the critical multiplier of your crossbow becomes 19 to 20 by 3. Do you mind if I do? Let's see what actually happens. Yeah, it's still a 19 by 20 by 4 because he's got a lucky bow. Lucky bow should be a 20 by 4. It's now a 19 by 20 by 4, which makes it ridiculously powerful, potentially. 10% chance to critically hit. Yeah, you keep missing Valerie, thank you. Tristine, you have a Scorching Ray. Let's use that. Great stuff, and that'll do. Can you at all move out of the terrible smoke? This is one of the annoying things that's all. I can't. See, I have a feeling that he's got some space to move out of the smoke if he moves that way, but it won't let me move him that way. So I'm going to have to do the slow-ass move around. Accidentally press character button. Are you raging? You should be raging. This is a big tree. Did you just... Anyway, let's not ask too many questions. Valerie, just hit it, because you're being the tank, and you get 3 attacks. Crit on a 19 or 20, roll a 2, roll a 10, and critically hit. Nice. For 36, reduced by 5 damage. Reduced by 10 damage. More crossbow shots. That's just a whiff. Thank you for missing. Ooh. I do not understand what their attacks are like sometimes. And let's have a bless out, because this tree is proving difficult to hit. Now, can you move out and attack without stepping back into the mist? More natural ones for me. I didn't start. Did I start on a natural one this session? I might have done. I'm curious now. Game loaded. Initiative. Yeah. No. Hey, started on 13. It's the first time that I've ever seen the first attack of the game not be a natural one. Or at least as far as I remember. Kill the tree. Nice. Loot the tree. Nita's. Who's Nita? Oh, Nita's the kid around here, I think. My beloved Calitropsia. Every day I spend without you seems to drag on forever. The only thing left to do is to think of our coming wedding. Only you know how I long for this day to finally come. Each time I close my eyes, I see us together. I see happy guests and the table set out for a feast. I smell the fragrance of flowers and the fine cuisine. I hear cheerful music. I feel your touch as we whirl and dance. But even these dream pale in comparison to the mere thought of the eternity we'll spend together. I shall love you forever, ever after death, in every life after this. Okay. Sorry, I just noticed a thing there. I shall love you forever, even after death, in every life after this one, and across all of creation. Only one thing disturbs my happiness. Do you know that someone tried to interfere with our wedding? My former groom, Dorothy, has talked Father into trying to disrupt the ceremony. Picture this. Father took it into his head that since he is a headsman of the village, he can decide my fate. But don't you worry, my love. Their plot has fallen apart. No gods could prevent our union, for a higher force stands behind us. A few nights ago, I dreamt of a mesmerizing maiden who told me how to free myself from my father's grip. I did everything as she told. I was so angry with him. Now, of course, I am beset with doubt. Was it the right thing to do? Still, I hardly think any of this is more than pure superstition. Such silliness cannot change how things are. I could have dreamt up absolutely everything. Think nothing of this, my love. Think only of me. I love you. I cannot wait for our day. Your Nieta. And an old wedding ring, an elegant wedding ring with a leaf ornament. Why it was hanging to the scythe tree's branch. There is a mystery going on here that I do not know.
I need a challenge.
Well, try walking through this swamp without getting yourself any further murderized. Almost every plant here looks sick. Ooh, a wand of burning arc. It doesn't really look like a wand, but take. Some Cypress Queen's Flower. This once belonged to an ancient fae. An expert in antiquities might find it interesting. Right.
Let's go.
See, again, tabletop. Would have been able to just go through the middle of that. Instead, Amory is slowly dying a poison death. 3 constitution left. She's got 35 hit points. I got more bleeding hit points than her. And I'm half dead. Well, I don't have more hit points if you consider the fact that I'm half dead. Right, I think I may have to scour my inventory for Alchemist Flyer, Bark Skin, Buller, Cure Light Wounds, Enlarged Person, Invisibility, Mage Armor, Reduced Person, Remove Curse, Acid Resistance, Lesser Restoration. Here, drink 1, 2, 4, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so you're looking not too bad. You did just have to drink them all to do that, but at least you're back up to a reasonable level. I mean, you're still short 3, but... Finesse wielding. So what's so special about this dagger? Because is it better than this dagger? 1920. Curious. But oh well. It is not anything better. It's just somebody's old dagger. And this, the arcing wand, cannot be used by this character. Can be used by this character. I really need to start using these wands up. Because I got 3 wands on her, and God knows how many in storage. Miner's Lever. We've got Wand of Grease, Wand of Burning Arc, Wand of Bane, Wand of Bless, Wand of Cure Light Wounds. Cure Light Wounds? Curious. Useful. Cure Light? Yeah, Cure Light. I'm pretty sure Tristane already has a Wand of Cure Moderate, but we'll put the Wand of Cure Light on you and burn through that in no time. Find Traps. And Lead Blade. Can be used by you. Curious. See, that is interesting because it's like, for instance, as if one side's category larger than they actually are. For example, a medium longsword would deal 1d8. It would instead deal 2d6. He's wielding a Troll Reaper, which is 1d12. What does that go up to? 2d10? I don't know. I'd have to go off and dig around. So, here, have a wand. I think the others are mainly used up by Tristane and Octavia. Oh, you've still got the poison going on. Shouldn't that disappear? Like, oh no. Oh my god, just make that bleeding save. Do I have a cure poison? Vanish. Shield the face. Resist acid. Remove curse. Reduce person. House wisdom. Mage armor. Invisibility. Enlarge person. Cure moderate. Blur. Bark skin. Alchemist fire. And flask of acid. She's back down to 9 constitution. Oh, there it goes. 9. God dang it. I just spent a lot of potions on you. Right. I am going to do the daff. Is there a path there? I don't think there's a path there. There's a path over here. Oh, that's was round that way.
Interesting.
A giant slug. When they say giant in this, they really do mean it, don't they? Two giant slugs.
What a find.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm going to save it, run in there and see what that thing is about. Terrible idea. Oh, it's trapped as well. Well, you can give a trap. No, run in there. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it.
A trivial matter.
Move back. Move back. Move back. Move back. Gloves of dueling. These grant the wearer a +4 bonus to combat moves against disarm attempts if the wearer has weapon training ability that and is wielding a weapon that gives it a bonus to. That bonus increases by +2. Okay, not too bad. I mean, that was a terrible idea going into there. Nope. Who's moving?
Focus on the goal.
Alright, I'm not seeing anything. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Get out of the mist, get out of the mist. Well, that's a time. Alright, I think I am going to
According to plan.
check the map. So there's two slugs over there, and I don't know what they're about. Blah, 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 blah.
Bring it!
No, not you, you twit.
Keep your eyes
You.
open.
Bring out the longbow and shoot the big thing. Carve in now. Carry around, switch back to the crossbow. And wait there. Tristan. Do one of those, because why not? You can't do much else right now. Amory, wait there. Dog, wait there. Valerie, wait there.
I got you dead.
I don't think that's going to have a very fast speed to be able to get up to. Names Ekundo. Ekund. I know, but they can spit things. Great stuff. Is that within range? It should just about be. But I'll miss anyway. Tristan, sure, why not? Great stuff. Hopefully these things can't spit all that often. Oh! Wow! That hurt. I mean, it didn't help that it was a crit, but we're just going to move back a little bit. Just a smidge.
Cannot hide from me.
Let's see if we can't slow them down a little bit. Good, we slowed them down altogether.
This will hurt.
Let's add a heal. Tristine. I'll do. Amory, wait there. Good, we're out of range. Kundo.
To run.
Start hitting. For the love of God. Seeing as though we need to increase damage output, let's get the Hurricane Bow going. How does a slug make a reflex saving throw? He used a grapple against it? Oh, I'm guessing it's
Let's try this way.
something to do with the grapple rules. Right, do we will abuse this. It can't do us any harm. We need to wait until these slugs get here. Ooh. Right, still waiting. Nice. I mean, not great. It's one hit. No, I need to stop you using that. Because they are apparently immune to acid damage.
I can't keep this up
Ooh.
much longer.
Alright, we're gonna have to start falling back. Let's have some more heals. Let's move back a little. Amory, move back. Dog, move back. Valerie, move back. Okay, we're not doing a full attack, we're going to do a single attack. And then we're going to move back. And oh, you really... Shoot. Well, that's a little bit annoying.
Stop me.
I accidentally clicked the end turn button because it was right there and I wanted to click somewhere near there.
At an end.
This should do it.
Now move away. Let's have some more heals. So everyone's looking. Oh, I should have moved him back a little bit.
I see the faces of my family.
Well, say hi from me. I don't know what you want me to do with that information. Tavia. I don't really want to be moving you towards.
Consider me provoked.
But if I don't, you're not going to hit anybody. And we're not going to do any damage. Right, carry around, shoot, well, move and shoot. Great, you did 2 points of damage. Can you get people back up on the feet? Yes, you can, because you're a really good healer. Right. Come on, I can... Shoot
A calculated risk.
bow. Move away. Shoot the crossbow. Move away. Move a little bit away. Ha, you missed. Move a bit away. Move a bit away. Shoot the bow.
grant you death.
Move away. Shoot the bow.
This is for you.
Move away. By the way, they've not actually told anybody in this in any of the tutorial stuff that I saw. But basically, if you want to not do a
This
full
will
round
hurt.
attack, you need to right click your mouse button and that'll cycle through your options, essentially.
I'll try to make this swift.
I really need that slug to get out of the
Cannot hide from me.
terrible, terrible poison cloud.
I'll fight if I have to.
Let's try this way.
Let's throw out a heal. Because Ekundo and I can't tell if that's out of the smoke or not. Let's move a little bit further back. Right, shoot
Nowhere to
once. And then move back. Shoot
You
once.
can't stop me.
And move back. Shoot once.
This should do it.
Nice. And move back. Shoot once. And move back. Move back. Slug is confused. I don't really want to go further
aim
towards
true.
it, but I think that's the only way I'm going to get it to actually move forward a little bit is continue to pepper it with arrows. There's also the chance that, you know,
A calculated
I'll be able to
risk.
kill it before it actually makes it out of that mist. Gamma move there, so that if you do get a chance to charge at it, come on, out of the mist, out of the mist. There we go, you're out of the mist. You missed. Ha. Attack. Attack. Full round attack.
Grant you death.
There we go.
In due
That's
time.
disgusting. Right, so now what we want to do is, Octavia, you're still relatively uninjured, so guess who's got the short straw? You do. You're going to sneak through the mist and try to come out the other side. Nope,
I see something.
you messed up. You went into the smoke. Dizzy head. See, I'm hoping that there is something of interest over
Onwards.
here.
Together.
I mean, you can't find a rare swamp plant like this on the market. A knowing person might give you a good price for it. Value, 2 gold. The Hodag like treant. It's the stuff of nightmares. There's all of interest over here.
I am free to do what you ask of me.
No, don't go that way. Everybody stop moving. Alright, you guys go that way. You wait there. Alright.
I'm listening.
I need to concentrate. Becoming distracted leads to becoming dismembered.
Hold person, cure like wounds, 15 gold coins. Anything else around here of interest?
That is not far.
Right. I am going to head back to town to rest up and get rid of these levels of
As
poison.
it should be.
Because we are not looking terribly great right now. Because what are we looking at here? We got 16, 8, 7, 17 and 6 constitutions for people, you know. If these were all on 1 or 2 people, somebody would be dead by now. Bum ba bum. I just realized my subtitles aren't updating. I think I'm going to have to give up on these subtitles until I get them figured out. Annoyingly, I'm probably not going to get them figured out for quite a while. Right, so this is a terrible, terrible place of terrible things. Let's go back to Loachingdale. Somebody's probably going to complain on the way back.
I need to catch my breath.
Yeah. If you all go that way, then we'll stop. We're going to stop. Begin resting.
Don't get me wrong. Knowing how to forgive is as important as knowing how to fight. Without mercy for the defeated, the victor wins no glory.
What do you know about glory? The one who defeats everyone else is the most glorious. And the best mercy is killing fast without suffering.
I mean, I'm partially inclined to agree with Anne-Marie there. Random encounter. Let's engage. This is a terrible idea, but I want that achievement. And to a certain degree, everybody's rested. What do we have here? We have the Dwemer Cat again. Versus Great Monitor Lizard.
This
Hiya.
hurt.
Let's have a charge. Is there any other monitor lizards over here? Don't see any. Tried attacking Valerie. Daft idea because, you know, insane AC. Oof, it is not in a happy position. Young Dwemer Cat. Just critically hit it. and then blinked out of existence. Not quite what I was expecting. "14 out of 100 encounters along the road survived." Oh, that's what I was supposed to be doing at the old Sycamore, is looking for somebody's killer. Go directly to my throne room. I don't want to interact with the peasantry. We're far too dirty. Yeah, barony went to my head a little, I think. Oh, hello. Brocken unfazed by the awkward silence, Brocken searches through his bag for quite a while. Finally, he pulls out a sizable brown paper package. There you go, a little something from old Brocken. Oil of enhancement 2. If you ever need anything particular, just let me know. If you're not sure, I'll go home and think of something myself. My bones ache. I would like you to craft something specific. Running low on potions, running more of your oils and ointments. Could use another one of your alchemical items. I don't really know what's best, so I'm just going to let him pick. My choice then? Fine. Oh, while I'm here, there's a book that I've always wanted to read on transmutations and bodily poisons. In 3 volumes. If you were to find them for me, I could produce something most remarkable for you. Something that might even... Oh well, there's no use in empty words, but they say there's an ancient formula hidden in one of these books. Bring me the books and I'll brew you a potion for you. I know that old Beldame, the old witch who lives in the swamp, had one of these volumes in her hut, gathering dust. She must still have it for sale, I'd imagine. As for the other 2 volumes, I have no idea. You might look in a magic shop, or in the bookcases or locked drawers of other alchemists, if you happen to across their possessions in your adventures. Is that it? Is that everybody done interrupting me? Alright, let's take a look at the dumb one of Barony. Nope, +1 bonus. +1 bonus to resolving any problem with the general. Nice. Troll raids. They sound like a terrible thing. Troll bands have been rampaging through the region. Somebody must stop them. And Marie will take care of that. Hands of gold? Nope. Every little helps. What's this? Tragedy at the mine. The local miners had a rock slide. The stone merchants have jacked up the prices and construction material is running short. Should probably take care of that one. How are we doing? 37 days to solve David Nennel. I'm guessing that's because Amory was available. Now it's in 2 days. Great stuff. Itchy eyeball.
I tire.
Yes, I know you're tired. Let's see what happens when we sleep and come back out to the throne room. Undoubtedly some other peasant will want to talk to me. No. Nobody? Okay. Still not completely cured of that. Is that gone down at all? You're at 11, I'm pretty sure you were a lot lower. I think it's gone up a little. Yeah. It's only 1 point of damage now. Storyteller. I brought you some relics, only worth a story. How interesting, may I? Dryad tokens. Taldan Warrior's Dog token. Story of all the items. Dwarven Smith items. And I just accidentally... and something to do with the forest. Till we meet again. Want to keep... oh, that's... yeah, that's the crazy lady with the scythe dagger. So I want to keep all of that for now. Old wedding ring, not entirely sure what that's for, but it's marked, and I have a feeling that the yellow mark around the back means quest item. Do we have anything for quest items? Usable, notable? Yes, notable items. I mean, I don't know what all of these are going to be for. The thing is, this is one of the things where it's like, I've got so many quests in my journal, and so many odd things that I don't think have hit the journal. But have some relevance, because there's the brooch and the letter to do with the brooch. And it's like, if I oversees you well over in such a place, which sounded like somewhere where I could go. And it's like, do I sell this? It's worth a bit. Do I keep hold of this and find the person? Can I remember that person's name at all? Not a chance. Yeah, sure, the Baron greets you. Why does my town still look like a peasant hovel? Show me your wares. Right, everything in a type ascending order. Don't want the hand axe, don't want that longbow. Why I even picked up some of these things. Is that just a gold ring? Offer everything else. Those gloves of dueling could be a thing. Ooh, oil of enhancement 2. 1 minute per level. 1 charge is cast at level 7, so 7 minutes. Gives a +2 temporary enchantment to your chosen weapon. Okay. So that could be useful for somebody just getting a +2 bonus. I think the +2 enhancement to a weapon is, yeah, enhancement +1. So it's composite short bow +1, so it'd be essentially making it a composite short bow +2. I want to keep hold of most of the rest of these things. Still don't know what quite some of these things for. Toy dragon, toy knight. But there should be a letter to do with this brooch, and I'm not sure where it is. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. You always bring me some present stresses. This turquoise brooch you promised last time. But yeah. See, I think I'm looking for a Leskin or a Ketri or Olika. I think it's Kestrin. Leskin. Lesksen. To do with this turquoise brooch. It's under the notable items. But what does it all mean? I do not know. Bartholomew's diary. I'm pretty sure, because he mentioned, Borkin mentioned a book that he was after, and it sounded very similar to a book that I've already seen and or read. But what I did with that book, I don't know. I can never remember who has the bag of holding, but I think I've finally got enough for it. Is it you, Hasuf? Show me, let me see what you got. Bag of holding. So a mere 25,000 gold. But it allows for additional carry weight of 200 pounds as opposed to my small bag of holding, which will also stack. So I'll have 300 pounds of carry weight. That'll do. There we go. 25,000. Gone. But look at that. Party encumbrance is currently 0.
In due time.
Which should help move around a little bit more. And also not have to come back quite as often as I notice it filling up. The thing is, I'm also, well, I've got £70 worth of food on me at the moment, which doesn't do me any favours. Alright, do I need to manage my affairs? I'm sure somebody was on... Oh no, you're on 2 days. I'm sure that was yesterday. It was 2 days. Should be like on 1 day now. I would have thought. But let's rest in bed again and hopefully that little thing goes away. Gone. Okay, is that it? No, no, you've still got some 2 points of ability damage and 2 points of ability damage. Everybody else is okay though. I will get people to cast spells when I'm out and about to take care of that. And I think I might be able to do it today because... Oh, we received a letter from Brevny concerning Oleg's trading post. Oh yeah, that thing. I must admit Lady Jamandi wasn't pleased by your request to surrender jurisdiction over Oleg's trading post to you. I didn't. I thought we agreed to send a letter asking them what we would like to do on the matter, seeing as though they're paying taxes while to the Aldori while they are in my land. I was just wanting clarification on the matter, not me demanding. You fool, you wrote the letter wrong. The Aldori take matters of allegiance and loyalty very seriously. Nevertheless, I was able to convey your position and clear the air. I believe I'll be able to persuade the Aldori not to demand a year's worth of Oleg's taxes from you. However, repairing the road falls entirely to us. We cannot openly confront Jamali. We will bide our time, declare we've begun work on the road. Then there was no mention of a specific timeline for the renovation, was there? Thank you. We'll repair the road. I mean, we should be doing that anyway. My pleasure, Your Grace. The new road will increase trade with Restov, which should profit everyone involved. Don't want a barony. Barony? Message from Sword Lord awaits. Oh, Valerie's actually got one to do. Hey, that'll be something. Economy and relations. How is my relations? My relations isn't great, but my economy isn't great either. Insufficient funds. Well, Valerie's doing something anyway. She doesn't tell me when that is going to take over, which is a little bit annoying, but I need that to be able to do this because it needs 80. Events. Troll raids. Well, as soon as 30 days? Are these both 30 days? Oh, that was 28 days. And these troll raids are crippling. Might be able to get that up a little bit. How's this doing? So that's increased bunches of stats, but I think that's all it does. Why does everything still look like it's work in progress? Now this doesn't look like a happy, cheerful, productive town. Just saying. But anyway, without another village, they're too afraid to come see you to ask for any improvements. Why are they afraid to ask me if they want to do any improvements? Right, I'm leaving. I'm going on another adventure. Make sure the place doesn't burn down without me. I leave Lindsay in charge, because why not? She's probably got the most sensible head on her shoulders. Right. What am I doing? Investigate my death. Oh yes, that's companion thing. Ancient formula. See, I'm pretty sure I've seen transmutations and bodily poisons before, and I just can't remember where it is, or because you call them rabble and peasants, and then go off on quests. Well, I can't help it if they're peasants. I don't remember calling them rabble so much. Right, I think I need to go to these dwarven ruins. And I realise that... Well, I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to finish out clearing here. And then I'm going to think about Harrim. Do I actually care enough about Harrim to drag him off to these dwarven ruins? Why did I just get an achievement for something? I'm curious as to what that achievement was for. Sorry, I'm just... Oh, kingdom events. Oh, I've just solved another kingdom event. Okay. Why did I click try to avoid? No, fight them. Dwarven loot? I mean, that just means it'll be made for short people. Don't know if you noticed, the shortest person in this group is Dog. Right. Shoot him in a surprise. Because alchemists are annoying.
This is for you!
Delivered with love! Go murder that guy. Nope, missed the guy instead. Shoot that guy. We are not doing well with these attacks. Alchemist expert? No, you can go away. Wow, you didn't go away. Tristan, shoot that guy. Oof. Dog, go nibble at that guy. I mean, I think even Dog is a medium-sized creature. He's just not very tall.
I'll fight if I have to.
There's some on our flank. I think. I don't see them. But I think there's some over there. Because I just remember they did that last time. I think I can hear them, just positionally. Out over that way.
To run.
Which is a really curious thing. I like the way that it just randomly attacks other targets. It's really weird. I'm getting out of the corner of my ear. Yeah, there they are. Kobold Assassin. Runs right up to me. Kobold. Alchemists. Mutagen Constitution.
No. No.
Alright, time to stop using the crossbow and just stab somebody.
Let's try this way.
Or miss. I mean, yeah, the ambush would be slightly more effective if they weren't useless at it. A part of me regrets running Octavia the other way, though. Right, so you are going to go up there and mess with them a little. Because dog can move. Right. Now's the moment that I regret putting dog smack bang in the middle of all of that. So we'll just shoot the bow at people. Right, you I want to change to that weapon and murder that guy. Or miss that guy. Sure, why not? Congratulations, you've just potentially done more damage to your own people than you did to me.
Onward!
Do you really want to go pissing off a barbarian woman? Stab that guy. I'll miss that guy, sure, why not?
Repent.
Alchemist Shaman, Dread Shaman. Wonder what is a Kobold Dread Shaman. Bum.
You can't stop me.
I aim true.
What do you need to hit? That is a question. It's 25 armor class, and I get a 12 bonus. So it's not like it's impossible for me to hit. Come on, Valerie. Got a long walk ahead of you. Up and around the hill. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Not entirely who they're trying to scare. Not entirely sure who they're trying to scare. Alright, Amory, move up and around. Tristan, shoot that guy. Or don't. Wolf, you seem competent. Dog, sorry. I love the way that I don't think Dog's been injured yet.
Consider me
We keep
provoked.
setting fire to that area, but not really doing much. There we go. You did some damage. Congratulations. These guys keep casting scare, but I don't think it's actually working on scaring anybody. Doop, 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 doop. Natural 1. Right.
I'll try to
Now
make
that
this
everybody's in
swift.
melee, it's just as difficult for Tristan to hit anybody. Congratulations, dog. Yes, you are. You know, for all the bombs that they threw around Dog, he is still yet to be injured.
This is for you.
I grant you death.
I love the way all three of these fighters were all the way up here, took care of that lot, then came over here, took care of this lot, and now they're coming back to save the 4 guys trying to kill 2 kobolds. Well, there we go, killed one of them. Charge in and just murder the thing. True strike, masterwork, light, masterwork, gem, spear, masterwork. A bunch of other bodies over here. Gem, sharp bow, padded, light, masterwork, gem, short bow, gem, spear, gem, potion, light. Okay. I think that's everybody reasonably looted. Off we go into the wilderness. It's an interesting conundrum. I've just looked at it. If I look at my inventory, it says that my group as a whole can move 1,285 pounds before becoming over encumbered, which essentially means that they can move just over a ton. And the thing is, if it is a ton, but only with the effects of a lesser and a bag of holding, does that mean that we've got to take the 300 the bags help if we found a block that was weighed roughly a ton? I didn't do the thing that I wanted to do with... Right, stop.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Camp. No, I want to go into... How do I... I'm pretty sure there's a way of doing this. Because I don't really want to... Because I want to cast spells from... Tristane on somebody before going into my next combat.
We should gather our strength.
No, I want to continue. Because I want to cast these spells and then I want to rest. I should have done it in that combat, but totally forgot about it. Because, you know me, I'll forget about anything if you don't remind me in 5 seconds.
May we have a moment of respite?
Yes, we may have a moment of respite after you've finally patched up Valerie and Samurai. Let's see, now that wasn't difficult, was it? Now, let's use this feature. This is a terrible idea. Don't know why this always seems to get me attacked. Manage, use rations rather than doing the hunting. What do I want? Succulent sausages, temporary hit point per level. Go an extra 4 hours. Movement speed, temporary All saving throws, movement speed, are all saving throws. I'll cook the succulent sausages and get me some temp HP.
We're a strange group. More like a handful of outcasts than an army of heroes. Anyway, they say even the first Aldori Sword Lord was an outcast. Are we any worse than him?
Why did it stop after an hour? There we go. We're all rested up. Okay, so it says that there's loot over there. Those bones don't actually look to be attached to the ground. Oh, it's a longsword. Yeah, those bones don't look to be attached to the ground. They're not. As we can clearly see, Akundo is stood in the middle of them, and they're halfway up his shins. What does that mean? That means that it's a bug. Somebody on their graphical team or their physics team forgot to implement gravity and stick them to the ground. Or it could be something other than that, but I don't think so. Right, we know roughly what's in this direction. It scares the bejesus out of me. So let's all sneak a bit. Do you come to meet your death? Well, no, I am death. I have become. I'm death, destroyer of worlds. That's what we mean, isn't it?
Follow my lead.
Oh, hello. You're not human. As you approach the grove, you hear two voices in soft conversation. The first, a velvet baritone, begging on the brink of tears. Please, Teresa, my love, don't send me away. I'd rather die than... I want you to live, the girl's voice says sharply. Falchos, you are my knight in shining armor. I love you like I've never loved anyone before, but if you stay, you'll... The girl's voice falters and she collapses into sobs. Wait, there's someone here. Show yourself. Approaching, you notice the Fey couple, a satyr and a dryad, who watch with you with an anxious look. But yeah, satyr. S-A-T-Y-R. Oh, you got close. Attack! No. Who are you? My name is Teresa. I've lived here since my tree awoke from the earth and first sought the sun. And this is Falchos from far away. We are together, and we shall stay together till death takes us. Can't you do without the death part? I've managed so far. What are you arguing about? These lands can be beautiful again, but not as long as this monster exists. We cannot leave. We must fight. My sweetheart, my love, you've tried already and barely survived. Please, I'll endure. I'll go to sleep again. If you were to die, it will hurt me far more than if I let you go, knowing you're far away, but alive and well. Look at me, Teresa. I'll never leave you. Never. I beg you, don't send me away. Being without you, it'll kill me as surely as the scythe tree itself. I've killed the scythe tree. The scythe tree won't leave us be. Simply being brave enough is not enough to defeat it, Falchios. Sooner or later it will kill you. I beg you put an end to this creature. End our suffering and its suffering as well, and we'll find a way to reward you. God damn it, why do we have the lawful good option? I mean, to be fair, I've already killed the tree without a reward, because, you know, lawful good and whatnot, but no, I will kill the scythe tree. No reward is necessary. There are not enough words to express how grateful we are. You'll find the tree south from here in a large grave. Good luck, we'll wait for you here. Ta-da! The scythe tree is no more. Fortune gives you a Rygnan while Tyressa wipes away a tear. May you know peace, my queen. You have our gratitude. We won't forget your kindness. What happened to the village? The Dryad breathes a heavy sigh and closes her eyes as if remembering. It was a beautiful place, a human village on the edge of the real Fae kingdom. They lived in peace alongside the Fae for generations, united by friendships, sometimes even by love. That is, until our queen, Calitropsia, lost her heart to the headman's It's not even a strange word, but I can't say headsman's daughter right now. Such a beautiful couple, but it happened at their wedding day. Both humans and Fae gathered to celebrate the union. No one knows what happened next, but in the midst of the festivities, Calistroptia suddenly transformed. She changed into a monster. She became the scythe tree, killed her bride, her love, and then destroyed the village. Humans fled or were killed. Same with the Fae. Our kingdom fell apart in a heartbeat. I couldn't leave my tree, so I slept for many years, until I awoke to the sounds of piping, playing such beautiful music. A girl from the village married a Dryad. Your world and the world of the Fae are great and wide, yet rarely do they touch. It is unfortunate, for when they do, great joy is possible. It is unfortunate, for when they do, great joy is possible, not simply between two souls, but more so when a third arises from their love, a child either born or found. For instance, when my tree and I were far younger than we are now, a girl lived here, Elga Vernax. She was the daughter of the woman from the village, her father a satyr. We loved her so much, watching her grow, laugh, and learn. But her mother took her and left. If she still lives, she's suddenly forgotten all about us. Her poor father missed her so much, the grief never left him. It was in his eyes when he passed. Humans and Fae both love, and love strongly. We feel the same pain when we are cut away from the ones we hold in our hearts. I must take my leave. Don't mind me, just looking around.
In due time.
For tree, strong, healthy tree towers over sickly swamp overgrowth. Okay. So these people have been dead a while. Found what? Oh, I don't believe so. The missing. See, this is all a little bit confusing, but as far as I'm aware, I mean, this kid might be missing and been kidnapped by the Fae. It's something that they do. If Craig Commissions was around, I'm pretty sure she'd explain it slightly better than I am able to, because I don't really pay too much attention to the Fae. It's one of my failing points. It's like there's so much lore.
To victory!
Ah. A greater werewolf. A ferocious walk. A surprise attack. There's something moving, and I don't like it. Right, I need you to go up and stab this thing hard. Who's this? Tristan. Let's have a bless. Akundo.
Cannot hide from me.
Oof. Nice. See, told you there's something sneaking around. Right, could you move a little bit this way? And shoot this guy. Assist dog. Valerie,
Do not
move up
falter.
and full attack. Nice, nice. Let's have a little rage from the barbarian. You bite that werewolf.
This should do it.
Come on, I really need you to do slightly better than that. Right, Tristan, how are we doing? Only Amory is injured. Don't really want to use too much. See, this is one of the things that I am not. I never knew when to use expendable stuff, even if it's a spell that technically recharges fairly frequently. Right, who is this? This is Akundo.
Nowhere to run.
Take care of one more warg. Move up. Good. Keep that one distracted. A dog. Let's have an acid splash shot, Cardia. Valerie. Oof. Right, let's bite the werewolf.
A calculated risk.
I've learned the best way to give your players powerful things that you never want them to use is to worry about using is make it consumable, even if there's like 10 or 20 uses. It depends, you know, this is one of the things. I like it when a setting or a situation is built around consumables.
So it's come to this.
Because I get used to it a little bit more.
Won't. I'll survive.
If you
I'll
play
survive.
Numenera, that's not good. Why did it suddenly start attacking not the dog? Dog, bite it. Annoy it. Keep it there. Octavia, let's have a 5-foot step back.
I'll fight if I have to.
Murder the dog. Valerie, can we kill this thing? Nice try. Chiron, can we kill this thing? Nice try. Tristan. Delay until. No, I need you to stand up. Let's do a bubble heal. We got Emery back into the fight, barely. And Tristan goes down again. Go over and kill that one. There we go. Alright, now come back around and kill this one. Bum ba bum 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 ba bum. That thing's nearly dead. Finish it. Alright, that thing is nearly dead. Finish it. Oh my word. I quite like the Fae. There's a lot of Fae in my homebrew campaign at the moment. I've been read a lot, but it's always though the official lore is only used as slightly influenced for my lore. Doctor Strange and Mr. Norrell is an excellent Fae read if you ever get the chance or to watch the TV show. I mean, okay.
Let's try this way. This should do it.
Tristan, I need you to stand up. And I need you to get everybody back into the HPs. Thank you. You need to die. No, I died. Yay!
I'm all right.
Kill that
Good,
thing.
you dead.
How is this thing not dead? Right, Octavia, I need you to kill the greater werewolf. Thank you. Valerie, tank this thing up. Skin all these things, grab all of these things. I didn't really need that breastplate and the... Drop that. The... was it masterwork? Was it masterwork? Yeah, it was a masterwork. Sword. Okay, so this was a trap. For 22 pearls, or each worth of gold. 6 exquisite pearls, each worth 20 gold. Some flour, a dog tag, and 1,000 gold.
What's that?
Ooh, and a rank of protection +2. Do you have the ring of protection +1? You do. Will this work? Yes, it did. It took you up to a 31 AC. That will do. See, I'm always a little bit confused about the Fae. Because I have heard stories. You saw... Oh, hello. Right, let us do what I was going to do with you, which is heal everybody up a little bit. Because people are looking injured. We're going to go to a little bit more of a specialized healing now, because that's expensive. And let's use some of these wands. Because why not? And then we are going to cross this thing.
I can't.
How much did we just fail that by? We rolled a 10. We need a 15 or higher. This is not good.
It is finished.
Hey, we did it. Oh, look. Enraged owlbears. Alright, Tristan, we're going to do a heal. Because everybody got a little bit scratched up there. Ekundo, we're going to go back to the bow. And we're going to surprise that guy.
Enemy approaching.
And you're going to miss, because that's what we do. Hey, one of them hit, at least. Right, we're going to rage, we're going to leave that on, and we're going to charge at this greater owlbear. There's 3 of them. They're also enraged. They also have 261 hit points each. This is not going to be pretty. Did I save? I'm going to... You cannot save during combat. Okay. So, folks, I may have made a critical error in judgment. Who knows? we're gonna take off your power attack now. It's one of the things that I kind of like about Pathfinder. If you go and dig into the books for the bestiary, and I'm also going to take, why did I try and press space to put it on pause? I'm going to throw the be right back screen on, and we're going to put this on the 10-minute cooldown, but I'm actually going to continue talking for a short while. One of the things that I'm not a massive fan of when it comes to, I reckon they probably get 3 attacks. D&D, you know, it's not a fault of D&D per se, but it's to make it less crunchy when it comes to being a GM, because it's like they give you stat blocks for creatures, and it's like, here is an orc, here is an orc warlord, here is an orc shaman, and they're the only 3 orcs. There are more than 3. I'm just saying orcs. Kobolds is probably a better one, because in the original book you've got a kobold and a winged kobold. And that was pretty much it. It wasn't until 2 books later that you actually got the kobold trap maker. So you didn't get a lot of variance. You know, if you knew what an owlbear's stat block looked like at what level 1, then it would be identical every single level that you saw an owlbear, because there was only ever one owlbear stat block. With Pathfinder, they tended to do a lot more for putting in variants. And they've done it a little bit with Starfinder, where you've got a couple of variants of things, but more often than not with Starfinder, it's you know, if there does want to be any level of variant, what you actually need to do is look at the I want to call it a graft. I'm not sure if it is called a graft off the top of my head, but I'm going to call it a graft. And in the corner of some of the monsters' blocks, there's this little bit which basically says, go away, create a generic enemy of whatever CR you want, and then apply this graft. And that graft changes it into a variant of the monster that you want to use. So you're never quite sure if, when you come across a Drift Dead, for example, whether it's a low level or high level or somewhere in between. And they did the same thing in Pathfinder. I mean, they also had multiple variants of different things. So, you know, it's not just a goblin. There's, I think in the not the monster manual, the bestiary for the original Pathfinder, there's something like 12 different variants of goblins. Because you don't just have one encounter with one kind of goblin, you have several encounters with several different types of goblin. So yeah, that's a nice thing, but it also means that I have no idea what an enraged greater owlbear's stats are like, and how dangerous this is going to be. I have a feeling that I'm in trouble, but we'll find out after the break, or after the break finishes. We're now 4 minutes into it, but I'm just going to take a quick break and refresh my coffee, and I'll see you all back here in a few minutes. Daddy bye. And I'm back. Sorry, I was also just logging up something. One of the things that, because of the way that I need to change this back to the game, which I'll continue on in a moment. Continuing on the question, it's that, there's definitely that missing from D&D. There's no bigger and better versions. There is actually somewhere in, I think it's in the Monster Manual, but it might be in the DMG. Yes, we'll come into you too. Where it's all like, here's a rough stat block of, different CRs. So here's, the AC, the damage output, the hit points of monsters. And then it's all like, it feels very wishy-washy. It's all, just give them whatever stat block you want. Here's the stats. Adjust as you see fit, kind of thing. And it kind of makes sense. And don't get me wrong, it's all, it's one of them where it gets very loose. But because everything is a stat block, is the other thing that I was thinking is that they kind of waste a lot of space. In some regards in D&D. I've just looked it up. From pages 84 to 118, which means 16 plus 18, that's 30 plus 3, 4, so... Where was I up to? 34? Yeah, 34 pages of the Monster Manual is about dragons. Because it's got the stat blocks for each and every chromatic, each and every metallic colour at 5 different stages from a whelp to an ancient. And each step of the way, and that takes up a lot of space. And they've got a little bit of a blurb about a dragon layer, which for the most part, I don't really think they mix up too much. It's not like, oh yes, if it's a red dragon, then it's lava and fire planes and that kind of thing. Whereas if it's an ice dragon, it's, walls of frost and frozen tundra plains. And it's like, is there a better way of summarizing that? And in the Alien Archive, for Starfinder at least, I'm not sure about the Pathfinder equivalent. But in the first Alien Archive, they covered dragons on 2 pages. Admittedly, that's just the chromatic ones. Then in the Alien Archive 2, they covered the metallic ones with another 2 pages. And in Alien Archive 3, they covered a little bit more of the weirder kind of dragon. I think there's a radioactive dragon, a pollution dragon, and that kind of thing. And a robotic dragon. Because, space. And that was another 2 pages. So that's only 6 pages. That means that they've still got another 30 pages to mess around with for dragon lore. And you don't really see it in the Alien Archives. It's not really been covered too much in Starfinder just yet. Not sure if they're waiting for inspiration, a later plot, or they've just not got around to it yet. It's a little bit one of them things that's a bit annoying for me. They have not covered too much of a extended lore. They're getting there, but at the same token, there's a little bit on what dragons do, but I've not seen a book, a chapter of a book that says, "Welcome to Starfinder, here be dragons, here's what they're like in the future." But if you want to go a little bit old school and find out about dragons, you can go over to the Pathfinder side of things, and in one of the adventure paths, the early ones, there is a splat info pack about the nature of dragons. And it is very highly detailed. I am going to switch to ranged because I'm already nearly half dead. Ow. They get 3 attacks, and that took Amri from nearly okay to nearly dead. Hopefully, Valerie will be able to turn that around. I really need you guys to start hitting. Amory gets 4 attacks. Not sure why you got 4 attacks. The thing is, though, they've also made dragons weird and wonderful a little bit in Starfinder.
Stay behind me.
Because do you know much about the dragons of Starfinder? What little there is? British Bumbershoot?
Consider me provoked.
Love the way that we've tickled this one dragon, not dragon, greater enraged Alba so far. And there's still 2 of us that I've not even touched yet. We have a teamwork thing.
I'll survive.
Oh.
I always survive.
They just missed Valerie on a 6. Attack bonus plus 28. I think we might have a problem here, folks. How do we get out of here? We click on that? Can we click on that to get out of here? Is there anywhere to hide? Run away! I don't think this is going to be far enough. I would like to run away. Can I please have the athletics check to get away from here? Run away. Well, also they can move kind of slowly. Say that they're enraged. I think I might have read there's a planet where they were from. It didn't state much, as I wasn't on board with the traditional fantasy elements brushing up against sci-fi stuff. They've got a very casual gait. Yes, they do, because they know that they can just kill us casually. I have a bad feeling I need to reload. What have I done since I arrived? I think I went there, which is all I need. Oh no, there was wolves somewhere. The wolves were there. So yeah. Because I'm just going to get massacred here. Now what are these? These are... Oh wow! They're CR 18. 18. I'm looking at my chat like you're going to respond instantly with sort of like, yeah, greater enraged Albers, they're CR 18. Strength is 38. Constitution 26. Oh, we're dead. I'm gonna reload because that's not gonna be happening anytime soon. Please say that it wasn't too long ago. Well, this is one of the problems with any open world fixed plot role-playing game is that you will get little encounters like that where it's just massively overpowering. I mean, I could have fled if this was an open world because I can move a lot faster than them, but because that was enclosed space, it wasn't possible for me to get away from it. Because the only way in and out. Mudleaf.
Won't work.
Well, that's interesting. The mud leaf just exploded.
Forget it.
The mud leaf exploded again. What am I aiming for? Oh. It explodes, this mud leaf does. What is mud leaf? Where did it just put it in my inventory? Because it's not the last thing, because that's wyvern meat. Mud leaf, mud leaf. That was a firework outside. I've only got the one mud leaf. That's edible moss. I kind of wish there was... Ooh, is there a sort from newest to oldest? There we go. That is not a leaf, that is a mushroom.
In due time.
What's that?
That is a box of goodies that I don't think I picked up last time. Turquoise. I'm pretty sure Valerie just ran clean up the tree. Blah blah blah. I am going to just skip all of this. Lawful good. Scythe tree is no more. What happened to the village? Go marry the dryad. I must take my leave. Just come up this way to explore the place.
That is not far.
But yeah, no, I don't mind. So like the fantasy brushing up against this, you know. You said you wasn't on board with traditional fantasy elements brushing up against sci-fi stuff. I'm going to be blunt. This is a hot take, and it's probably going to get some hate out there. But a fucking Jedi is nothing more than space wizards. That's it. They're space wizards. That is traditional fantasy brushing up against sci-fi stuff. The only thing that they got going for them is laser swords. Oh wait, in fantasy settings, there's usually something called a flame blade. So, to a certain extent, Star Wars is very much a fantasy story with sci-fi elements. Let's save that. Let's do this a little bit more proper this time. Let's give Bear's Endurance to
I'm not afraid.
people. The warg decided to jump me because I made a spell. That's interesting. Wizards, Dark Lord, Emperor. Yeah, but this is the thing. It's like where do you draw the line when the line has been blended and merged so much to the point where, you know, Wizards, Dark Lord, Empire, blah blah blah. Yes, you know, Star Wars is definitely science fantasy, but what part of Star Wars is acceptable that it's not traditional fantasy elements brushing up against sci-fi, and makes it very firmly sci-fi? When you're saying that you don't like dragons in sci-fi because it is traditional fantasy. I'm sorry, knights with flaming swords is traditional fantasy. The fact that they're just OP as fuck and have wizard-like abilities, and they're the only people in the known universe to be so overpowered, it's a little bit so like, well, you know, really? Is that the base you got? Just give all the power to very few people and call it a good story. Yeah, I'm very critical of Star Wars at times. But at the same token, you know, when somebody says, you know, it's like they don't like elements of Starfinder because of the
This should do it.
fantasy nature of it next to sci-fi is no different than most of Star Wars. And I just get this feeling that you've gone quiet now, and because you either had a heart attack because I was so bold as to claim that Star Wars was just a bit of a hack, or you're writing out a very, very long message as to why I'm wrong. Now, and don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against Star Wars for what it is. I'm not a massive fan of Star Wars. But at the same token, I'm sort of, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Especially with this year, you might as well enjoy something. So if Star Wars is your thing, go ahead, go enjoy it. We're getting a little bit messed up. Well, I say we. Amory's getting messed up. LOL, neither of those. Take out the wall.
Risk.
This won't kill me.
Dog, take out the log.
Let us strike as one.
But yeah, anyway. Dragons in Starfinder. They have their own planet, Triac. I think that was just because they wanted to put a lot of rather than being different regions of the world, for Starfinder they just had different planets for every variant. And one of the variants was dragons. And as such, they have their own little planet, Triaxia. It's tree something. And basically they hoard wealth as they always have done, but you know, seeing as though most wealth has gone digital, they've also had to adapt. And you know, they like accumulating wealth more than they actually just like having wealth. I mean, they've got to have wealth, but the best way of accumulating wealth in, you know, a futuristic society is just to have a big corporation that's making you money. Hence, dragons in the sci-fi Starfinder universe are just the heads of, you know, large corporations and make money that way. So I found that an interesting twist, and to a certain degree, it has the potential to be, I wouldn't say more interesting, but certainly there's the potential there somewhere along the line for them to make an adventure path where they have their weird dragons in there. And make it an interesting futuristic story path, with adventure path with dragons. Whether they do so, whether they leave that up to the players, because yes, one of the things, like you say, is like I've heard of a number of complaints about Starfinder that people don't like it because they're so like,
This will hurt.
they claim that Paizo don't know how to write sci-fi. All they really know how to do is write fantasy with sci-fi elements. To which I kind of retort, again, it's like, is there any difference between sci-fi And fantasy. As to say that
Stop me.
something is bad sci-fi because it relies on fantasy elements. I'm inclined to say no. Don't get me wrong, I do love something that is pure sci-fi.
Let's try this way.
Without bringing in fantasy elements. But even then, a lot of...
Let us strike as one.
Even some hard science fantasy, hard science sci-fi that I have read still relies on one or two elements of sci-fantasy. Because, one of the traditional things about anything sci-fi is they generally feature something that is faster than light travel. It's covered a lot in everything from Star Wars to Star Trek. Starfinder has it. Most science fiction, especially if it's based on multiple planets, has faster than light travel. People are allowed to not enjoy Star Wars, haha. I'd say I'm fine with the story elements as listed above. They're fundamentals in most storytelling, the role of a hero, the role of a quest giver, etc. And when it comes to goblins, dragons, drow, things I associate strongly with classic fantasy, I find a bit dissonant with what I was looking for in a sci-fi adventure. More so than just the traditional narrative roles, as much as they also have roots in traditional fantasy. I wouldn't say that something is bad sci-fi because it has some fantasy elements. It's just horses for courses. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's all like there's a difference between Star Wars and Star Trek. Star Wars is very much, they're both fantasy because one of the rules, nothing can travel faster than the speed of light, give or take. Don't at me. I'm not a scientist. It is just one of them things where it's like that is a given fundamental rule of physics: is nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. There has been some research that might suggest that things can travel faster than the speed of light due to quantum entanglement. I don't really understand it. It goes all over all the way above over my head, but I do know that there's some research papers out there. So how much things can travel. But, at the moment, it is definitely in the realm of fantasy that things travel faster than the speed of light, which is 90% of sci-fi out there. And when I talk about sci-fi, I mean galaxy-spanning sci-fi. Because you do get some near-future things that are classified as sci-fi because it's got some elements in there that are futuristic. I think the Bourne Identity is classified as sci-fi, and I've only ever seen one Bourne film, and I was really drunk. It wasn't the first one in the series, and I think I fell asleep in the cinema. Not a recommended way to see the film, but the only sci-fi elements that I got from it was they had fancy schmancy UI related to their computers. Furthermore, there was some hoo-ha about just like the level of tech that they had access to, which suggested it was in advance of our own. But I didn't feel that it was far enough ahead of our society of tech to warrant it being classified as sci-fi. Where was I going with this? I was going
The
somewhere
undead.
with this.
Nowhere to
I shall end this suffering.
There's not an awful lot of big sci-fi space without Fast and Light. Firefly, Red Dwarf, The Expanse were the only ones I think of. Firefly has Fast and Light? I think. I don't think it featured heavily on it. Red Dwarf kind of... no. No, Red Dwarf didn't have faster than light. They got close to the speed of light, which did weird things with future echoes. And I've not seen the Expanse. I'm trying to remember my Firefly now. But I have a feeling that it must have had some form of faster than light. Whether it was actually stated or not, because that wasn't a major facet of it. It wasn't, you know, sort of, oh, look at us going faster than the speed of light. It was just sort of like, we're a ship full of cowboys. If you want to read sci-fi that doesn't have faster than light travel, Alistair Reynolds and his Revelation Space universe does a pretty good job at attempting it.
Do not falter.
It gets a little bit weird because one of the problems is if you don't have faster than light,
I'll try to make this switch.
as you're aware, travel between systems gets a little bit difficult at times.
Consider me provoked.
The Alien franchise doesn't have FTL. There's another one that I just remembered off the top of my head.
Aim true.
Generally, to a certain degree, you can say whether it's got FTL or not if I use anything for cryosleep for the purposes of travel. I know that Star Wars had cryosleep for the purposes of keeping people on ice. It wasn't called cryo. Carbon? Was it something to do with carbon? I can't remember what they put Han Solo in. Ah, you missed. Ooh, that's a lot of attacks. 4 attacks, CR8s. I'm now trying to think. Well, yeah, basically anything with FTL travel is sci-fantasy. There's no ifs, buts, and maybes on that one, afraid to say.
Bring it.
But a lot of people don't figure that to be... Yeah, the carbon freezing, it wasn't for FTL, it was for secure cargo, transfer, bubble wrap, and also to keep somebody sedated and immobile, you know. Our Demolition Man, where they used it in prisons to basically control the prison population by basically turning them into giant ice cubes. You know, it's an effective way of doing it. Fiction, to me, has the potential to be true. So, I could make up the fact that I was once the king of Egypt. while unlikely and fictitious, it could be true. Fantasy is something that cannot be because of fundamental physical laws of the universe. In my humble opinion. It gets a little bit weird when it's like, oh, an elf is just a slightly taller than average human with pointy ears who can live a lot longer.
So it's come to this.
It's, I suppose, to a certain degree, it's that live a lot longer. That makes them fantasy. But then, what about things like not halflings, not gnomes, not orcs. Orcs is a good example. Because what makes them fantasy over humans? They're, to a certain extent, the difference between a sorry, just got a hair on my tongue. Orc and a human is next to nothing, apart from the tone of the skin, and green is not an impossible color. So, are orcs more fiction than fantasy? But I think to a certain degree, it all depends on where you personally draw the line. I mean, many bookshops don't really draw the line between sci-fi and fantasy, which does so annoy me. Because it's like, I'm in the mood for some sci-fi, so you go to the section and it's sci-fi and fantasy, and then you got to spend 5 minutes bleeding trying to figure out which one's which.
You can't stop me.
But, that's by the by. And to a certain degree, a lot of them tend to be blended between sci-fi and fantasy, so that makes it even more difficult.
Cannot hide from me.
Strictly speaking, Paizo and purely Pathfinder is a science fantasy setting, because there are elements of previous civilizations with far in advanced technology than the current era. Who's he attacking? Amory. Okay. I mean, he just missed Amory, but let's throw some rage in there. Stop trying to kill my barbarian. Yeah, and, as we've been discussing, it's there's nothing wrong with fantasy and sci-fi being blended together. I just don't know where I'd draw the line unless it is hard sci-fi stories. And hard science fiction stories tend to be the ones where everything is technically possible. You have to talk to her at Capital Tavern. Okay. This lost child who's been lost for quite a while. I'm sort of like, maybe I should get right back round to examining that. Sorrow Flow is... No, that's companion stuff. Do wish you'd told me how to do this one. There are plenty of lands around the capital that seem to belong to no one. Wanted our hero to claim them. Is it a seizure or not? 10 black rattlecaps from the Mud Bowl. Lost Child, a just reward. Renowned Explorer. Guiding Beacon. Find a way to... let's see if we can't figure out some of these. I mean, I've been around here and I've talked to people. Talked to a lot of people since. Do you have any more information? What happened to the village? I had a name Dorsey. I don't know what I'm doing here. There doesn't seem to be. It says look around the area and it's like there's nothing on the map to me that suggests what else is going on.
In due time.
I mean, the hag could be doing something, in which case it's like, oh, I need to get the hag's assistance on something. I suppose to a certain degree this is another disadvantage of CRPGs over tabletop games. It's like I'm lost at the moment as to what I'm supposed to do here. And any reasonable GM, I say any reasonable GM because I've known a couple of GMs who weren't reasonable. Who are just like, oh no, you've got to figure it all out. And it's like, well, we don't know where to go. We think that we've looked at every bit of evidence that we can find and we still can't make sense of what is going on here. But I've given you all the answers that you need. And it's like, yeah, but we're obviously thick and don't get it. And it's like, well, that's not my problem. Right. Cancel that. Check out Eklund's leads. Check out Eklund's leads. Find a way to put the dead man to rest. He's a Dwarven runes, and I don't like him, but I think I'm gonna have to go back and get Harim. Just because if there is something here that he is aware of that I would remiss not to grab him just for the sake of making sure that we don't miss anything. Use rations. Succulent sausages. Let's have that one go. Begin resting.
You have a bruise that will bother you. A leech would help.
What? A leech? No, thank you. It'll somehow have to figure out a way to heal by itself.
I spoiled the meal. 4 medieval line is traditional tropes and lexicon, but have been reinforced through books, TV, and films over the last 90 years. Over 70 years or so, there haven't been goblins in space, and there haven't been little green men in ancient civilizations. Although there is obviously individual cases of break tradition, what I found interesting playing Starfinder is that whilst there is an actively disinterest, what I found interesting playing Starfinder is that whilst I was actively disinterested in the fantasy elements in Starfinder, I've come to accept them. Yeah, I think. See, I'm pretty much the same. I would have preferred a hard science fiction role-playing game. Starfinder is sort of like the most popular science fiction role-playing game that I have found that isn't, strictly speaking, tied to Star Trek or Star Wars. One of the things that I find a little bit disconcerting with Star Trek and Star Wars, especially in terms of tabletop role-playing games, is how passionate people are about them. Nothing wrong with that. It's a little off-putting if you are around somebody who is very much into their Star Trek, for example, and you struggle to have a conversation with them because they're nearly always correcting you on something you try to say about the Star Trek universe, and tend to go into a lot more detail than you personally care about when it comes to the Star Trek universe, where it's all like, I'd like to figure out how to get the ship to go in reverse. And then they start going on about how it's impossible or however it's possible and it's only possible for, and it's just like, no, that's not for me. And the same applies to Star Wars. You know, there's a lot of weird elements in Star Wars as well that I recall, because I'm not 100% averse to it, and I probably know more about Star Wars than I know about Star Trek. But there's just little quirks in there that it's like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, it's a nice little quirk to have. But at the same token, it's all like, there's probably a lot more out there that I don't know, and not knowing them is likely to, you know, if I was, I'd like to, you know, for example, in Star Wars, if you were at a Star Wars role-playing game table and it's like, oh, I'd like to just scribble this on a piece of paper and have it passed over to the head of a syndicate over there, somebody is likely, if they know their Star Wars as much as they claim to, if they're very much into it. And this is the thing, it's like I could trip myself up and be that annoying person, because I know in the Star Wars universe, canonally, there is no such thing as paper. Therefore, you're never going to be able to scribble a note on a piece of paper. It's just one of them weird things that George Lucas decided was canon in Star Wars to make it a little bit different. And it's always them little faux pas that I'm concerned about making when I'm at a table with people who are passionate about them. So I've erred away from Star Trek and Star Wars tabletop role-playing games. But I do love my sci-fi. So when Starfinder came out, and I've always been on the lookout, because there are a few. There's Traveller, which is harder science. I know that it's a rough game. And when I say rough, I just mean it's realistic. So, you know, you could get into one combat and die. I mean, shoot, you can die in character creation. they've since added a rule in there. It's like if you die or if you have a fatal injury in character creation, you can actually do things to mitigate this. But it basically costs money to do so, and that money it all adds up, and half of the traveler system is trying to not go broke. Then there's other systems like Numenera, which is sci-fi, but not quite in the way that I wanted, because I wanted to be planet hopping, and in theory it's possible in Numenera to go planet hopping, but it wasn't originally sort of like, when you sit down and read D&D, you think, yes, this is a fantasy setting. Yes, conceivably you could set it up in a sci-fi setting if you really wanted, but you'd be doing a lot of homebrewing and putting a lot of effort in there. But it was conceived for a fantasy setting. Numenera, I feel, wasn't conceived for a multi-planetary hopping adventure. It was conceived for a low-tech science fantasy setting with heavy sci-fi influences. So yeah, then when Starfinder came out, it's like, well, it's more sci-fantasy than I would have liked. The idea of the Solarian, the Technomancer, the Mystic, firmly rooted in fantasy. But the more I play it, the more I say, what's the difference between sci-fi and fantasy anyway? And to a certain degree, it's letting down that, like you say, you were actively disinterested in the fantasy elements. But it's something that you can't help but come to accept them. And once you've accepted them, it's like, why can't you accept dragons in space or goblins in space? Because especially for kind of like myself, where I'm interested in sorry, I possibly should have stopped talking before I started getting back to sorting stuff out. I need to figure out if and who I'm going to give those to. Let's offer everything else, get rid of the junk, and deal. She doesn't really have too much. When you think about where Starfinder's come from, it's like it's come from the Pathfinder universe, where it's like, yes, you had dragons, you had goblins, you had orcs, you had some of the weird and wonderful stuff in there as well. You've got the deities that actually interact, and you can get ascended. So Starfinder is kind of like the natural progression of that universe to the future. At which point it's like, well, why wouldn't dragons still exist? Why wouldn't space goblins still exist in the form of space goblins? Does make me curious as to why they're explicitly called space goblins and just not goblins. But that's a bit here and all there. Anyway, let's see what Jenna's got to say for herself. Have you found my little boy? I paid a visit to the witch. Your son isn't there. How can that be? And I thought, but if it wasn't her, then that means that the peasant. See, even the game calls them peasants. The peasant woman's face turns pale and she covers her mouth with both hands. Calm down, Jenna. Tell me, what did you hide from me? My boy, he was such a little mischief maker that the day he was especially loud, kept running around the house, and he flipped a tub of dough And well, oh gods, what have I done? I lost my temper and I shouted at him. I told him he can go drown himself in Candlemere Lake. His own mother, wishing he was dead. How could I have not known it would all come true? If you find him, I beg you, tell him I love him more than life itself. Never, never again shall I say anything mean to him. Just bring him back safe and sound. I need to go. May Astral help you. Boo-hoo. So, that suggests to me that the Lost Child is over at Candlemere Lake, which I can't access the... Hello. Just opened up the map and saw there's lots of loot in that. But I'm lawful good, so I won't go poking around at it. But yeah, no, so I've come to terms with Starfinder more than I did. And to be fair, like you say, they've not really done much in the way of fantasy elements in the adventure paths. Valerie. Fiercely stabbing her heel into the floor as she approaches, she stands before you, shimmering with indignation. I would never have thought that I'd commence my career as a reagent with such a case, but the leader of a local gang is at your gate. He brought a chest stuffed with stolen goods, which he wants to share with the new lord of the stolen lands. I insisted this impudent man be immediately arrested and brought to justice. Your lands have a long and dark legacy, but your subjects simply fail to grasp that the time of cutthroats and extortionists are over, and law rules here now and henceforth. You will not protect these bandits as the Stag Lord did. Drive this bandit from my lands, and from now on do so with any similar petitioners. Arrest this bandit and clap him in the hands. The same fate awaits for any other. I will accept the tribute. I hope this good lad and his colleagues will continue to share their revenue in the future. See, I can't tell here what is supposed to be the lawful good approach. I have a feeling that it's clap him in irons. It also gives me 50 BP, which I desperately need. So you know what best to do. I could say that, but no, I'm going to clap him in irons. Valerie catches her breath and allows a faint smile to show on her face. I will carry out your orders with pleasure, Chiron. Okay, back over to Barony Affairs. What's going on now? Troubled Lands is finished. Mysterious Cult is finished. A reagent demands your presence. Curses. There's a lot of curses going on. Scythe Tree. Dabic Nettle. Bald Hilltop. That will take 14 days to solve, and it will rank up my community. I mean, I can do with my economy going up, because I'm losing... Yeah, 1 BP lost it's lost due to low economy, and I've got that on 2 of those, which will be 3 of those once I rank up the community. And that's going to take 14 days. You reckon the kid will survive another 14 days on his own? Probably. The River Maiden. There is a mermaid in the river where trade ships operate. She begun to sink passing vessels. She must be chased away before she scares off all the merchants. Alright. Right, who is available? I want to keep you to do that in a moment. Road to Oleg's trading post. Ooh, I kind of want to do that as well. Can do that one after I've done this one. Tristan is available. So this will be under events. Hands of Gold. Rumor has it that an unknown self-taught master crafting items of extraordinary beauty and rare quality has appeared in the region. Such people are rare, and something should be done to entice her to stay. Tragedy at the mine is Valerie. Trade taxes is Tristan. Loyalty. Loyalty. A loyalty. 75%. 80%. 75%. Go for the simple one. Some half-elf trading fabric in the capital discovered a loophole in the law which made it possible to avoid paying most taxes and is spread quickly through the Merchants Guild. Measures should be taken immediately or the Treasury will take a loss. And use Tristan for it with an 80% success rate. Hiya! Right, while you're doing that, you're going to be busy for more than 2 weeks. You're busy more than 2 weeks. So, Valerie, we have 2 weeks to spend 2 weeks resolving population problems in the barony. Hiya. Doop, 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 doop. Ta-da! The community has reached rank 2 thanks to the region and the Baron. Quality of life in the barony has reached new heights. Every little bit helps. Citizens are concerned about their safety and wish to raise funds to build fortifications around their villages. Whoopsie. Hands of Gold has failed. Tragedy of Mine has failed. Trade taxes has finished. Okay, economy. Trade agreement with Patax. Patax will allow merchants to pay significantly lower trade tariffs, plus 4 BP per week. I really need a financial advisor. Right. Oof. Baron from okay. What we got? Troubled lands. Breeding ground of bandits. Fame magic. A Fey magician visited a settlement and made everyday things come to light. The people seem to be more frightened than amused by the minor, generally harmless anomaly. The gambler, there's nobody for that. Troll raids, Amory's already doing something like that. The River Maiden is going to expire at some point. To the throne room, find out what this is about. Hobbador, great news, Your Grace. Magrin Varn, the Lord of Varnhold, wants to form an alliance with you and establish a trade route between your lands. Here's Lord Varn's letter, see for yourself. Most Honourable Baron Chiron, this is Magmar Varn, the ruler of the neighbouring city of Varnhold, writing. You might remember meeting me at the reception. Our encounter had a powerful effect on me. You are a brave warrior and wise ruler, which is why I hope to enlist your support and, in future, form a firm friendship, no matter whether the gods or the sword lords have contributed to just becoming neighbors. I believe that our alliance will be as steadfast as a rock. To signify the formation of our alliance, I invite you to visit Varnhold and see for yourself that my intentions are good. The city is still young, but we have a lot to show our guests. Our cellars are full of wine barrels, and our storehouses full of grain and cheese. It is easy to reach my city. The path to Varnhold leads to the east, past Lake Silverstep, and over the ridge of the Tors of Lebanese. Hard to get lost in these parts. Whether you accept my invitation or not, I ask of you of one more thing to consider. One more thing. Consider building a route and developing trade between our lands. I am convinced that both of us would only benefit from the union. I anxiously await your visit. Respectfully yours, Baron Magar Varn. Nobody else wants to interrupt me? Okay. Read the letter. Now we've got another project, which is trade agreement with this guy, and still no bleeding candidate. I'm gonna be really annoyed if I find out some point. Right, trade road to Oleg's trading post is just going to increase my economy, which hopefully might allow it to rank up. So Valerie, get on that. It's gonna cost... Oh, I've actually got a fair number of BPs now that it's been a couple of weeks. 30 days to solve that. So 17 and 38 days. I'm going to send Tristane. Can I do any of the others with Tristane? Troubled lands, no do. 70% on that one, 85% on that one. I mean, I'm slightly concerned about this Rhythm Maiden, so if I throw a crisis point into that, that'll give me 100% chance. So do that. I got another crisis point, so I'm spending it. And I do believe that is everybody, apart from the merchant guy, who I cannot get. Why? Where? These little things about this game where it's like so annoying that I don't know where to get the guy from. I have heard that there is this guy. He was a gnome of some variety. And I can't remember. Jubilee off. This guy. Might have been able to become the treasurer that I've heard of one of the other watchers of this channel, Murder Source. I don't know whether that's true or whether, you know, it's all I just need to do this to get them to locate the ancient outpost. I could have sworn I did that. But anyway, you know, and it's all like, oh, you know, one of my quests, it's all like, how to build your kingdom. Unlock a secondary stat for your barony. How does one do that? The stronger the baron and the more precarious its ruler, the more opportunities he has every day. Consistent and steady commitment to state affairs will now to bear fruit, and on top it will create new openings for future leaders. No idea. Appoint one of the advisors. The treasurer. Yep. No. Not got anybody. An ancient curse, that's going to take a while. That's just time. Add 5 regions to your lands. Yeah, just do it. Doesn't tell me how to do it. just do it. The one area that I did manage to add was quite simply already there, and it was just a task in the map to do. But I've not seen any other tasks like that. Increase ranks of barony stats 5 times. I mean, maybe that's possible in this ancient formula. That's just treasure hunting. That I don't mind. But it's just so much where it's all like, I don't know how to do these things. And yes, I suppose there's certain elements. Do I want to give these gloves to somebody? Valerie, are you wearing gloves? You are not. You take that just in case you want to disarm anybody. Let's exit. Let's. Do I want to take Harim to the troll infested place, or do I want to go save that kid? Now that I have a better idea where he is, I think saving that kid is going to be difficult. So, can I? Yeah, we can do. Right. So, Tristan, I am going to take off of you these 3 things and give them over to this guy to make him slightly better, more better than useless at these things. You haven't got any magical items on you at all. Okay, let's scroll back down. Let's take off these things from Tristan. I really don't want to. What is that? Blessing. Back over to this guy and ta-da, 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 ta-da. That's just chainmail, but you'll be fine. I mean, Tristan was walking around with less armor. Yeah, you'll be fine. Right, and remove Tristan and add in Harim. Bum ba ba bum. Ba 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 ba. Dwarven ruins. See, I thought that's where the guy wanted me to go for. The renowned explorer. Locate the ancient outpost. Ruined watchtower. I mean, I don't see anything that says. I mean, there's Varnhold, Sorrowflow. You know, I don't see anything that says ancient or outpost. But it could just be somewhere that I've not discovered. Or it could be these Dwarven ruins, because it is, you know, what's the difference between the Dwarven ruin and an outpost? An ancient outpost? Who knows? And of course, as soon as I step out of my kingdom, that triggers, and I can't actually take over this place. Raiders have spotted me, go into the combat.
Enemy approaching.
Go, dog, go!
This should do it.
Do not falter!
Nowhere to run.
Bring it!
Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Repent!
Never, you miserable dwarf. I shall never repent. And the weird cat disappears again.
All according to plan.
"16 random encounters. Continue.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Around about now. Manage. You are good at blend into the night. Just be on the watch out. Hey, we're out of rations. We are going to take the succulent sausages for temporary hit points. And we are going to begin resting.
I still dream of Numeria sometimes. The places I've been to while I was still in chains. I hope I'll be rid of those memories someday.
Memory always remains. You cannot toss it away. All you can do is learn to live alongside it.
I successfully made sausages. Enter this location. You can cure blindness with the scroll of remove blindness. Most harmful conditions can be removed in a similar way. Oh, that's a big map. Let's see if we can't find what kind of enemies we're going to discover here. Bring Jubileost to this outpost. How would one go about doing that? Destroy the troll there. Okay. I mean, we believe this to be the troll there. We've just stepped up the path. I assume we've found sign of troll. Ah, there we go. Hail Borba. Troll who stands before you looks different from his kin. His pelt is cleaner, and the stench is almost bearable, unlike other trolls. Noticing you, he turns and slowly steps towards you. Hail, Borba. Welcome to Trollbold. What a surprise! A polite troll. Not here to talk. Arrows will speak in my stead. He grins widely, revealing a long row of rotten and chipped teeth, but there is no menace in it. Who are you? Jazn. I had a different name before. Now Jazn. Like Borba. He thrusts out his chest and a dribble of drool from his mouth promptly lands there. Me talk like Borba. Wash myself like Borba. And no eat Borba. Me like Borba myself. Troubled? Our capital. The troll exclaims, waving his hand towards the rock. Kingdom of both troll and kobold. We live now in peace with Borba, our lands. Your common is impressive. Yes, Tartuk speaks like that. Taught me Borba language. Told I am smart. The troll proceeds to scratch his armpit and then sniff his fingers. What do you mean, Borba? You are Borbra. Human, elf, dwarf, all Borba. Borba. All right, what do you want from me? The troll makes a strange growl. You're about to draw your weapons when it becomes evident that he is simply clearing his throat. I meet Borba and tell him King Haraguk and King Tatuk ask that Borba stay away from Trollbolt. It's filthy, not pretty, and dangerous. We invite Borba later, when King allows. Tell me about Trollbolt. First city of both Troll and... what's it called? Trollbolt, which is a portmanteau of Troll and Kobold. Will be kingdom, Troll and Kobold, and Borba will do friendship. Troll no eat Borba anymore, and Borba no kill Troll and Kobold anymore. Peace. A proud citadel of dwarves turned into a lair for trolls and kobolds. Would it be possible to humiliate Tara any further? Who is Hargulka, king of all trolls? Strong, smart, kind? Made all trolls together, made kingdom like Boba. Who's Tartuk? King over all kobolds, smart, strong, kind. Fire killed trolls before. Tartuk protects trolls from fire. So now trolls forever love Tartuk and his kobolds. How does Tartuk protect trolls from fire? Brabba Karuk, red iron and hot heat. Trolls scream and scream and scream. Gudaragan Yaga Borba, pain. Then quiet. No more pain. Fire, no danger anymore. No troll no die from fire anymore. You understand, Bobber? Troll no die at all. Fire is no death. Steel is no death. Tartuk make troll immortal. What else can you tell me about Trollbolt? Many trolls, many kobolds live together, learn Borba speech, paint walls, Tartu protect trolls from fire. Plenty of food too, plenty loot, trollbolds and kobolds share. Many trolls wild eat Borba, they will stop soon, peace will be. So trolls aren't eating people anymore. Me no eat Borba no more. King Karaguka and King Tartuk order so. Other trolls still eat Borba. They wild and dumb. Soon they stop. So what do you eat now? Horse, cow, dog. Dead Borba too sometimes. Long dead. Before Harakuka's order. No need to waste food. So you still eat human flesh. Me eat, but me no kill Borba. Never again kill Borba. Are you sure you won't change your mind as soon as you run out of people in your larder? You might get hungry again. Borba no get it. Borba no food. Harakagul say so. Borba tried to get me angry on purpose. Bora, friend. You better be careful. It seems to be a sore subject for him. I'd leave it be. I'm glad you don't eat people anymore. Let me ask you something else. Alright, take me. This is a terrible idea. I'm full of them. Take me to your kings, and I'll see if trolls can hold a civil conversation. I am the king of the lands your trollbold stands on, and as such, your kings and I have much to discuss. Kings say no one can enter, but he never said humans have kings too. What am I to do? Harakuga hates when somebody disobeys his orders, always punches troublemakers in face. But if it's all so complicated, if Boba Ruler come, fine. Harakuga's smart. He'll figure it all out, and face will heal. Follow me, King. You'll talk to Trollbolt's kings. And this is why it's a terrible idea. Open up. See this Boba? Must take to Harakuga's. That's his lunch. Good, Boba is tasty. Can I have a bite? Fool! The king of the Bobbers. I don't know what I said. He said because he wandered off screen. A howling crowd of trolls waits by the entrance of this ancient dwarven fortress. They growl, pound the stone floor with their fists and clubs, and spit curses at you. Each sound is magnified, hammering the walls like a drum. Despite their display, however, the trolls do not attack, as if waiting command or permission. The troll stands at ease beside the base of a huge fractured statue, a Torag statue. He's not the biggest nor scariest among the other trolls, but he has an odd supremacy in his moves and his eyes. Supremacy both over his kin and over you. The brand mark on his belt is almost worn off. It pulses weakly in unison with his heartbeat. Without a wall...
What your orders? Get out my sight, since you already here. Welcome to Castle of Hargolka, King of Trolls. What you hope to find here, besides death, Borba?
Negotiations seem to have failed.
No good comes of talking with monsters. We came for their heads, not their words.
We came to... we'll end both you and your hideous kingdom, monster, and that's a lawful good. Your comment is exceptional.
You're surprised King Hargolka is smart. Trolls were dumb and cowardly before, but not anymore. Tartuk, the Kobold King, made trolls immortal. Taught us to talk with Borba. Trolls are smarter than Borba, stronger than Borba, better than Borba. What you say, Borba? What you say now? When trolls are better than you?
Acid can still kill you, so you're not truly immortal. Allow me to demonstrate.
Trolls can be killed with acid, true. But humans can be killed with acid. Fire, steel, wood, stone, or fist. Compared to humans, trolls are immortal. You not leave this place, dumb Borba. Should not have come. Hargolka needs to prepare, though. Find Hargolka later, if you can, stranger. Der Borba, der Garbanjarg!
Pounds the statue of Torag. Pounds the Torag statue with his fist and leaps into a side hallway. Bye, coward.
Face me,
And straight into combat with two trolls. Don't you know I'm trying to wrap this up? If we could just very quickly take care of you guys. Yeah, we can do this. Right. Are you gonna trigger an attack of opportunity if you shoot a guy?
I aim true.
You do, but it's only one attack of opportunity. So Valerie, go take out that guy. Well, I'll just wail at him. Charon, murder that guy. Lord, don't. We need acid, and we need it now. There we go. Dog, can you murder this guy? There we go. Let's just pound him into the dirt a little bit more. So that his regen of 5 doesn't quite cut it. And get round to Octavia. And melt his face away with some acid. There we go.
Follow my lead.
Okay. So I have a feeling I now know a little bit. See, a just reward is one area, which is the northern Nile Marches. Troll Trouble is in the south Nile Marches. The Lost Child is over in a different area. I think a number of these are to do with opening up different areas so that you can annex them, which will help you build up your kingdom, which will get you loyal servants, which will do that. I'm also kind of stuck in here. I don't really want to go out that front door. Let us just loot these bodies, because I will probably forget to do it later if I don't do it now.
In due time.
So, anyway, it is now 9 o'clock. Thank you for coming and watching my stream, but the stream is going to be ending. Let us play some music. Where's the music? Here we go. Let's turn down the volume just a touch. There we go. Alright, thank you for watching. This is Karen Russmore playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. Still no real idea what I'm doing, I'm just guessing at the moment. The character art is by Critical Commissions. If you look through the chat, there is a link to their Facebook page, but it is www.facebook.com/criticalcommissions if you would like to commission some artwork of your own. I am going to be having a giveaway when I reach 50 followers. I don't think anybody new has joined this stream, so we're still at 18. I need to set up a counter and the rest of it at some point. And I will be back Thursday for another 3-hour stream. Hope to see you all then. And if you would like to join me, I do believe my friend over at Pathfinder Games will now be streaming. Yes, she is. She is currently playing the Blackout Club, which is a little bit creepy. So viewer discretion is advised. But at the same token, Singer Games. It's not that bad. So yeah, if you want to join, then please join me over at Half Singer Games. Alright, tidy bye.